Well, plans for a debate between California Governor Gavin Newsom and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis appear to be going off the rails. Both governors agreeing in principle to participate. There's already debate over the rules, time, location of the proposed event. Let's bring in Niall Stanage, our friend from the Hill. Yo, Niall! The drama.
Hello, Adrienne.
Yo!
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. This is not surprising, is it?
No, it's not. They don't agree on anything else in the world, so why would they agree on the debate rules? The interesting point, I think, is where there are points of separation between them. Things like a proposal by Governor DeSantis to have introductory videos rather than opening remarks, and Governor Newsom's reluctance to have a live audience. But the fact that they disagree is not surprising at all. These are two guys who genuinely dislike each other, I think. It's not just political differences. This is an actual political grudge match, if it happens.
But where is the decorum? You know, just because you don't like somebody, you don't have to alert them. Newsom's team slamming DeSantis for wanting pre-recorded video statements in place of those live opening remarks. And Newsom's spokesperson actually posting and commenting this weekend saying it's no wonder that Trump is kicking his butt. I replaced the word that he used in his comments. Where is the decorum anymore?
There's not a whole lot of decorum anywhere in politics anymore, it seems to me. There's an old saying that politics, let me get this right, is downstream from popular culture. And the idea is that trends that start off in reality TV or in sport or in various other things trickle down into politics. And I think probably, I know you like decorum, Adrienne, but it seems to be a diminishing quality in all kinds of areas of American life, and I think political culture increasingly reflects that.
Well, it's just, I mean, the smack talk is kind of comedic. Newsom reportedly does not want a live audience. DeSantis does. His spokesperson, Newsom's spokesperson, calling it a cheering section for DeSantis to hide his insecurity. I'm not making up these words. I'm not paraphrasing. That's what he said. So if there are no live questions or a live response from an audience, could that really limit the benefit of this debate?
I think it could limit the excitement of it. Now, I do take all your points about a sort of degradation of political culture in a way, but a lot of that is linked to the idea of politics as spectacle. And this debate, if it happens, would be a spectacle because they're such emblems of such completely different strands in American politics. If you take an audience away from that, well, then it's a bit like having a big boxing fight in front of an empty arena. It removes a certain degree of atmosphere and excitement from it. I think the reasons politicians are reluctant to have live audiences is that it introduces an element of unpredictability into the thing, and often politicians don't love that.
Well, and when you compare this event to the upcoming Republican primary debate that's getting a lot of attention, which is more crucial, because these two are considered like the next generation of conservative and progressive darlings for their respective parties.
Yeah, they are. They are important figures. There's a lot of speculation about what exactly Governor Newsom is aiming for in his future. He seems to be positioning himself as an alternative to President Biden, or maybe a potential successor to him. Governor DeSantis obviously completely identified with the anti-woke trend, talks about his status where woke goes to die. So there would be high stakes in this debate, particularly when you compare it to a Republican debate that former President Trump might not appear in. That would, I think, reduce the appeal of a Republican debate, and this one is an interesting clash.
Well, it will not be disappointing. I'm sure it will be fun TV. Good television, for sure. Niall Stanage, as always, you didn't disappoint either. Good to see you.
I try not to. Have a good day.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.